What's your name? What do you do? And why do you do it?
My name's Myx Quest. I'm a producer, composer. I do it because it's what I do.
Myx Quest is here in the building. If you want to know how to spell Myx Quest, Quest is spelled the normal way. Myx is spelled M-Y-X. Explain that name to me, Myx Quest.
I don't know how to explain it, man. I mean...
I don't think I've ever asked you this before, actually. And I'm always
it's so funny because someone asked me that the other day and I was like, I don't know what to say.
It come from somewhere. You didn't just wake up one day and say, all right, Myx Quest here in the building.
Yeah, I mean, people just started calling me Myx. People started calling me Myx for years. And I just ran with it. Okay, and now it's my name.
And the spelling was just because you wanted to be different with the spelling, or?
I'm trying to remember how the spelling came about. I literally don't remember how the spelling came about.
I don't know if I believe you. I think
no. Seriously,
your face looks like you're telling the truth.
It's been so long. It's literally my name, so it's like I can't even remember how the spelling came about. I don't know if it was. Obviously, it wasn't a specific thing that was significant enough for me to remember.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? It's just, people say Myx all the time. I think it's quite funny. I always have bets with myself. Say, is he going to say Myx or Myx?
You know what? I did it with my name as well. But you know what? When I first introduced your music, I said Myx too.
See,
I really did.
See, I would have won a point.
Yeah, no, I literally did, and then I found out. So I just. But you weren't listening to my radio show.
But MY is mine.
So MY is mine.
Yeah.
But
so
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, you're right.
Yeah.
MY is mine, but
yeah,
it is what it is. So you don't know why you got the name you've got. Okay, that's a good start.
Yeah, that's a great start. Yeah. Great start.
But you're a composer. You're a producer.
Yep.
You recently posted something on your social media of you in your gown, your cap and gown and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So talk to me about that. Like, what was that? Did you graduate? Like,
so...
took a history class?
Not quite history, no. We did touch on the history of music and stuff. But, so I've been producing for years and it's been a great career so far. But I just felt that I'd always been into like classical music and always wanted to get into film scoring, particularly.
What's film scoring?
So film scoring is when you've got a film and you've got the music behind the film that is composed in a specific way to enhance the visuals.
Right. Okay.
So it creates a certain mood, a certain
always
atmosphere.
Wondered, so how does that work? So I'm making a movie.
Yep.
Do I have a list of film scorers that I might contact? And say,
potentially you'd have your go-to people, just the same way that an artist would have go-to people.
Okay, so you'll see the movie. You'll see the movie in its entirety.
Yeah, so what would happen is once the edit is cut...
Yeah, the final edit without the music?
Not necessarily the absolute final, but close enough.
Yeah.
Then obviously the composer's brought in who would then sit with the visuals and
so you go to the studio.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
Or they would take like a rough cut
and send it to you.
Or exactly.
Okay,
that potentially could work. It just depends on different people.
Yeah. Okay.
How they work. But I mean, the point is, you would then watch the visuals without any audio,
right,
and then compose around it and go into the atmosphere and just go into the mood. But you might be given brief or various briefs by the directors or producers of the film, and then you would follow those briefs to enhance the visuals. Or they might just trust you enough to say, okay, actually, we love what he or she does, so let them do their thing.
Do you have to watch the movie from start to finish before you can get the... So I'm assuming as part of your course, because I literally have always wondered this.
Yeah.
As part of your course, I'm assuming you had to do this.
Like,
so they gave you
absolutely.
a movie and said, right, you make the audio for this or the music for this. Do you have to watch the movie from the start to the finish, get a feel for the movie, the characters, and then go back into the point?
It's definitely advisable.
Right, okay.
But, I mean, it depends on how much
necessary.
It depends on what you've been commissioned to do.
Okay.
So if you've only been commissioned to do a very small section, then you might not find it that necessary. You might just home into that particular, scene or location.
Okay. So, and this is literally just to evoke that emotion, that feeling of a certain scene. This isn't necessarily like the soundtrack, or is it both?
Well, soundtracks are different because soundtracks are... But
that's not film scoring.
Yeah, that's not film scoring. So that's where music supervisors come in.
Right, okay.
So the music supervisor would compile tracks, almost like a playlist. Okay. And it's a similar kind of thing in terms of like matching moods and all that kind of thing. But it's usually with tracks that either already exist or have been sort of commissioned for a particular part in the film, but from a record point of view, not necessarily from a scoring point of view, if that makes sense. So, for example, we take Black Panther. There was the track with Kendrick and I've forgotten who was singing on it.
Oh, SZA?
SZA,
yeah. Okay, yeah.
That was a track.
Yeah, exactly.
That wasn't scored per se, but it was still a significant track that worked in the film and was one of the key tracks in the film.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, I'm literally, as you're talking, I'm trying to find something, a classic piece of film scoring.
Okay.
To play in the background, and I can't remember the name of the movie now, and it's really getting on my nerves. What's the one where they spin the dial thing and they're in a dream world?
Oh, what, Inception?
Inception, there you go.
Inception.
There's an amazing piece of music in Inception, actually, that I absolutely love. I think it's called Time, and I'm going to play it as a background. So this would be film scoring. Let's fast forward it a bit. So for those who don't know what we're talking about and just wondering what they're talking about, if you ever watched Inception, just to get the feeling and the emotion. So this sort of thing, you'd compose something like this. Yeah.
I mean, this is a very specific
exactly.
kind of feel. Yeah. It doesn't have to be all dark and
but this is relative to the movie.
But this is relative to a particular scene.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, all right. So how do you find that? So how do you go about doing that then? Because do you? I don't understand, because I don't have that ear and the eye and the vision to do this. So do you need to be directed, or do they say, this is yours, this is your baby? Do you come up with like a number of different pieces of music and they choose?
Well, I mean, as I said before, I mean, you could have been given a brief. Yeah. So if you're given a brief, then that's quite restrictive but quite directive. Okay. Or it could be like, hey, listen, let's just see where you're hearing this. It depends on the director and the producer of the film. Okay, really.
So what do you prefer? Do you prefer making music, or would you prefer like the music scoring?
I prefer merging the two.
How do you do that?
Well, how you do it, we'll hear trouble soon. Yeah. But for me, I went to do it not just to do film scoring, but I just went to do it just to enhance my production and just bring in a deeper element of musicianship into my production. So that's sort of my thing, is merging the two, really.
Okay, cool. So you say you've been making music for a long time now. Why did you first get started into composing and producing?
When?
Yeah, when and why?
First started producing like college days, like just before, like just after school. Yeah, I think I was doing like.
Did you study music at school?
I didn't actually. So I was doing like crazy subjects like maths and physics and stuff like that.
Were you any good at it?
Yeah, I was pretty good, man. I was pretty good. I went to school in Ghana for a bit as well, so
did you really?
That helped. Yeah, I mean, we go to school in Ghana.
How old were you when you came over to London?
So I was born in London, raised in London, and then we went for the holiday. Yeah. That ended up being how many years? Yeah. And then came back to do GCSEs. Okay. So I was away for like secondary school, but came back at the end of secondary school kind of thing.
So you didn't really have time to study here, so you basically came back and took your GCSEs.
Exactly.
Almost.
Yeah.
How do you do?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it was quite easy because it was quite advanced in terms of like education over there.
People don't believe that, but
no, it's very advanced. Yeah, back home. So that's sort of when I started getting. I mean, I was always into music, but that's when I actually sort of bought my first piece of equipment and stuff, and just started.
Back then it was different. It's not like you can get your laptop out and go in your kitchen and start making music. Like,
no. I bought. So I had a keyboard from Argos. Yeah. A MIDI keyboard. Yeah. And then so I went to Richmond College. Right. So there was like a little music evening course, and I just joined it. Yeah. And then the teacher, he was like, "Hey man, you're doing quite good in terms of producing and stuff." Yeah. And he sold me his. He had like an Atari.
He sold it to you.
Yeah, he sold it to me. Yeah, the teacher.
A little bit inappropriate.
I think it's illegal actually. Come to think of it, yeah. So he sold it to me, and started making beats, and then had a rap group. So I was doing a lot of that.
Were you rapping?
Yeah. It was.
Do you remember any of your lyrics? I know you do. Don't try and lie.
No. Do you know what? Like, not like I was trying to remember a full song the other day, but I don't think I'd have to go and listen to
Give me
them.
a couple of bars.
Oh man,
I can tell you a lyric that I wrote. Like I'll do one of mine if you do one of yours.
let me think. Let me think. Give me
you're
like
gonna
5 minutes.
cop out of it.
No. Because do you know what? Where my brain is right now? Because you got me thinking about this karaoke thing, bro.
Oh, okay.
So you want me to do karaoke and you want me to like, bro?
Yeah,
that's
karaoke's easy. I'll give you the lyrics. You don't have to know anything.
Bruv. Like, pay me a good sum, yeah? And then we can take it there.
You're nuts. Right, okay, I ain't got no money.
But for real, I want to remember some of my raps for my own self. So we might do that, actually.
All right,
we might do that.
All right, cool.
We might do that. So yeah, it's been a while. Like at least like 10, 15 years.
So fast forward to, I think, was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
It was about 2 years ago, and where you released your project.
Escape from the Hard Drive. Yeah.
And that's the first time I'd heard of you when you released that.
Yeah.
Was that your first body of work that you put together, or not?
Yeah.
So I know you do other bits as well.
Yeah. As a producer, because it just sort of got to a point where a lot of people that I'd worked with over the years were saying that my sound was very identifiable in terms of, not because of like composing or anything, because I wasn't even doing that much then, but just in terms of how I brought sounds together. Yeah. And I thought, well, what I'd need to, because people used to come to me and say, oh, yo, can you produce something like this? Or they'd give me briefs, but I could never stick to the brief just because I'd add my own twist. Even undeliberately kind of thing, if that's a word. And then in the end, I was just like, do you know what? It's better I start releasing records as Myx Quest featuring artists, because then that way artists are more comfortable to jump on with me, because they know that it's not going to be their sound necessarily, but it's something different. Same way Timbaland did it, same way Neptunes 100%, and all those kind of guys did it.
So leading up to that, I know you work with the church and you do lots of other things. So what are you involved in other than being Myx Quest, the composer and the producer?
So, as you mentioned, I'm a musician as well. So, I play keyboard quite regularly at church and stuff, which is really, really cool. And, I mean, away from music, there's a few businesses that I'm involved in as well over here and in Ghana as well. Okay. So, try and keep busy.
I want to play one track from Escape from the Hard Drive.
Okay.
The one that we were playing all the time, Hopeless.
Oh, Hopeless Situation.
Hopeless Situation, yeah.
Okay.
Now, I didn't get the instrumental in this track because it sounds there's a beat. I always meant to ask you about this. It sounds like someone trying to mix two tracks.
Oh,
and
wow!
It's slightly offbeat.
Wow. Okay.
Like there's a certain beat and it always catches me off guard. Like every time I listen to it, you looking at me like you don't know what I'm talking about.
No, this is I love hearing stuff like this.
Right. So I'm gonna play it to you, and I don't know if you're gonna hear it.
Yeah.
Because you still might say what you're talking about. And I don't know. Is this beat right? Where?
Like, let's figure it out.
Let's play it.
Let's figure it out.
You know, I'm even going to keep the mic somewhere and play it.
Yeah.
Right,
be good,
cool.
yeah.
So for those listening, this is Hopeless Situation featuring, is it Hadira?
Featuring Hadara.
Yeah. Right, let's see if we can hear this beat. That one. Yeah. It's that one. This one now. What is that?
Drummers would get it.
I don't get it.
Drummers would get it.
Yeah. Right, well, let's let the music play now. Back on the other side.
That she's your girl. She's not the one that's gonna rock your world. I can do it, let me prove it, baby. I can show you I'm free.
So that was what's her name again? How do you
Hadara.
pronounce it? Hadara. I think I've been pronouncing her name wrong all the times I've
probably
introduced her. So I apologize to you, Hadara. How do you come across these artists? Like, how do you come across Hadara?
So Hadara, I've been working with her for years. I mean, we go like way back. I first met Hadara. How did I first meet? I think we used to work in Iceland together or something random like that.
Really? You used to work in Iceland?
Yeah. And I mean, there was a few mutual friends that we had in West London and stuff.
Yeah.
And people used to tell me about her because she's Estelle's younger sister.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah. So they were like, yeah, you need to meet her sister. She's really, really dope and stuff. And started producing with her and writing with her. Then she had a few deals. She used to be known as H Boogie.
Oh, is that her?
Yeah.
Okay, right. I didn't know that.
Okay, yeah.
I had no clue.
Yeah, so you remember H Boogie?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So she had a few deals, like signed to publishers and major labels and stuff, and we still work together and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, she's doing really well. She's done really well for herself. So she might seem quiet, but
Yeah.
you know,
Doing it,
in
yeah.
terms of dance and in terms of like
Yeah.
writing, she's like killing it. So
Okay. All right. So we spoke about the fact that you went back into school to study.
Yep.
You've also had a lot of other stuff happen in your life recently. Do you want to speak about like in your personal life, because it's on social media?
Yeah, no. Oh, so I'm thinking what you're talking about.
I know, so I don't want to talk about stuff.
Oh, what you mean? Like I got married?
Got married.
And oh yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, it was
so-
crazy, man.
So how have you managed to fit all this into your life?
Bruv,
like,
I don't
studying,
know.
a marriage, baby.
Yeah. Got a little one now
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, and it was just like timing was just like
Work, music.
timing was just mad. Because when I started uni, or when I went back,
Yeah.
none of that was there,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
you know it just all happened during the course and stuff, and it was really tough, but
Yeah.
managed to pull through, so it was all good.
And how? What was the most challenging part? Time or allocating enough? Like I don't know.
Just that brain space,
Yeah?
because there was like always something, like it's like you've got assignments to do.
How do you get away from it? Like you must need like your time, like just me time to sit down, just to take a moment. Where did you go? How
Yeah,
did you
I
get
mean,
in?
I don't know, man. I mean, library and stuff, but even then, it's just like I just had to find the mental balance.
Yeah.
There wasn't really a getting away with it
Yeah.
or getting away from it scenario.
Yeah.
It was just throw yourself in and just try and make it work.
But you did it.
But yeah,
did it.
thank God got through.
And how do you feel now that you're through it?
Yeah, I mean, now I'm sort of like already in the next mode of, okay, what's next? And
What is next?
well, I definitely want to start doing more. I say more. I've done a couple of little small films and stuff, but I want to get out there as a go-to person
Okay.
for film or
And how do you
TV
do
or
that?
game.
How do you make yourself known to these people? Like,
Well, what you do is you call up guys like Lukan and you get on their radio shows, and yeah. You know, well, no, to be fair, I mean, nowadays it's all about networking, isn't
Yeah.
it? I don't think there's like a particular way.
Yeah.
I think it's all about having other people speak about you
yeah.
and having material that demonstrates it as well. So
Mhm.
I was quite keen to get Trouble out because I feel like there's a particular section on that track.
Do you know Sam Addo?
Why do I know that name?
Okay, we'll talk. Okay, right, fine. Anyway, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Pick up Sam if you are locked in. Sam's involved in a lot of filmmaking, and if he's not making
do you know,
films,
if I'm not mistaken, someone might have mentioned him to
Yeah.
me as well.
okay. Anyway,
I need to check my WhatsApps.
We'll do
Yeah.
that afterwards. Right, so we're coming to a close of the show, so I'm
Okay.
gonna have to wrap it up real quick because we've
Yeah.
got literally less than 20 minutes left.
Cool.
I need to fit in your brand new single
Yep.
called
Cool.
Trouble,
Yep.
featuring Jay Appiah
Yep.
and Incisive.
Yep.
Why did you pick these two?
So I met Jay through another project that I produced and co-wrote,
Mhm.
and he was one of the artists that was on that project.
Mhm.
And we just connected and
Yeah.
stuff, and we'd always said, yeah, we need to work together and stuff.
Yeah.
So we went in the studio, and we just basically went in blind and started work. So he actually was like part of the initial creation of the track,
Right, okay.
co-wrote it and stuff.
Okay.
And
Co-wrote with yourself?
yeah,
So you're
yeah.
a writer as well?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Listen,
so
you got to put that out there. Let people know.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
people
I mean,
know.
yeah. I mean, it was dope. But you know, Jay's a really talented guy, and you know, he was involved even in the music initially as well. And we brought the track to a certain point,
Mhm.
and then I took it further, and then really wanted to add the compositional side of it and stuff. So
Yeah.
I sort of went down the live strings route and started composing some
Yeah.
string parts and a whole another section as well.
Uh-huh.
And then it just started developing, and then it got to a point where I was like, do you know what? I really want a rapper on this.
So that wasn't the plan to begin with.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
Initially, it was just like, hey, let's just do a vibe. It was just a vibe.
So it wasn't. So you didn't have an actual end goal. You said, you know what? Let's just create something.
Yeah,
Let's
it was
see where
about
leads us.
it was about creating
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But if you know Jay's stuff and if you know my stuff, in terms of format,
Mhm.
it wasn't really about a format in terms of having like, let's have a verse, chorus. It was just like, let's just go with the vibe.
Yeah.
And that's where it was at. But then this is where I guess the production kicked in. It's like once the vibe had been set, then as a producer, it was like, okay, how can I make this into a record?
Yeah.
And I just really felt that I wanted a rapper on there just to enhance the message
Mhm.
and break it down from a different angle.
Okay.
And Incisive was a great choice.
Well, of all the rappers in all the world, you decided to go for Incisive. Why Incisive?
Because I really like how he raps. I think he's a really talented guy.
Have you worked with him before?
I hadn't actually,
Did you
but
know
I
him?
checked out his stuff. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you knew of him.
I didn't
Did
know
you
him personally. No, I
Okay,
didn't know him
So how did
personally.
you reach out to him?
So I was connected to him by a friend of mine, Nikki, who manages Shaka.
Okay.
Really good friend of mine. And she knew him because Shaka and
Shaka and him were like-
Incisive.
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So that was the connect. And she
Okay.
just hooked me up with Reg, who looks after Incisive.
Okay.
And that was it. They were really open. I sent them the track and they were like, yo, he's feeling it. And
Yeah.
he came down.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I could speak more on that, but I won't. Right, so we're gonna play that track, but I have to, and it's not my fault. So for those listening, so when Myx walked through the door, he asked me, "Am I gonna have to do this karaoke challenge?"
Of course.
I
Let's go.
actually said, "Yeah," and I turned to Lilo. I've done it. I turned to
It's
Lola
not Lana,
Godheld.
Lola.
I do it all the time, you know. And I said, you know what? Should he do the karaoke challenge? Yes or no? And I was prepared to let you go.
Bro, I'm down. Let's do it.
Did you do it last time you came with me?
I did do it.
Did you?
Yeah. You don't remember?
No.
Yeah, I did it.
This morning,
I think it was like Craig David or something like that.
Right, so I need
But
to
the
change
words
this.
were too fast, so it was a mad thing.
Right, okay, so we can't do Craig David then. So you
No,
can't,
no.
you can't pick number 3 then.
I can't pick number 3. Yeah. So what? You still got the same dry
The
list?
same dead lyric. You know why? Because you know what?
Come on.
But you know what? I found.
Brav.
don't out me. Don't out me on my own track. You know what? I'll tell you, no word of a lie. Yesterday, I found my new batch of lyrics. But
See, if I knew, I would have practiced the Craig David and just
Nah, you can't have it. You can't
smashed
have,
out
you can't
the
have
Craig David thing.
But Craig David's easy.
No, the words are too fast. Like,
Nah.
it's like,
Oh, you know what I can do? I can lower the pitch for you then. Will that make it easier? But then you have to talk with a deeper voice.
Nah, it's long.
was checking this girl next door.
Yeah, nah. It's
Pick a
alright.
number between 1 and 12.
12.
But not 3.
17.
Okay, so did you study math, did you say, yeah? Is that what you did, yeah?
All right, number 1. Let's go.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1, innit?
Classic tune.
Go on. I wanted bad. She got bad. I wanted to do
She
that
got bad, but she ruined bad, but then she redeemed herself with damage. Let people know what track you will be performing.
Kano P's and Q's.
You don't tell me you don't know this tune.
Yeah, see, I know it, but not does he?
You don't know this tune?
Yeah, of course I know the tune, but I don't know it like
So
that.
shall I play it first?
Yeah, play it.
And then
first.
I'll play the instrumental afterwards, because I'm a nice guy like that. All right, so this is how the track
See, I
sounds.
don't remember the rap though.
So if you thought Craig David was fast, you're going to be in a lot of trouble right now. But it's easy.
Yeah, but let me just
But
get
you
how
used-
he does it.
you used
innit?
to be a rapper
yeah,
as
so
well,
let me
so
get
it's
how he
minor.
does it, innit?
Right, so
Bro,
now,
we don't need all of this. Just skip to the thing.
no,
innit?
I'm building it up.
Oh,
You should
you're
know about
building
this.
it
I'm
up.
doing my, what's
Build
it called?
it, build it.
Music.
Build it.
What's it called? Music what? What's that
I
thing?
don't know.
I don't know either.
bro.
Some manners don't like me, they try and bad mind me when Kano comes to town. All I say is mine's right and they lose the limelight when Kano comes around. Some tracks screw me or even sue me, but it don't work cause the crowd don't boo me. You ain't a true G, I'm too deep, how can Kano stay on the ground?
Easy.
Like most that
You used to be a rapper.
and kick shit
Bro,
off
this
but
ain't
hold it
rap.
down. But
This
we're
is-
still gully, the
this
only
is-
pop you'll hear
this
from
is
us is
UK.
pop them out.
This is
Some put
MCing.
box in the
Yeah,
mouth. Cause
that's different, bro.
Well, you know what? This
And I
is
know
gonna-
that's a whole other
you
conversation.
know, it's going to make it all the more interesting for me. Are you ready?
All right, wait, Holmes. Some manners don't like me. They try to remind me. Da, da,
Okay,
da,
no,
da,
come
da,
to
come
town.
to town.
And you know what? So here's the thing. What I used to do, I used to help.
Screw me down. Da, 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 da. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
No,
do.
that's what Lola done. Is no, you got to bust the lyrics.
Yeah, I know, but the lyrics are too many, bruv.
I'm out and get boxed in your mouth. Come on.
I don't know it, bruv. I don't know it, bruv. Forget it. Forget it, bruv. Forget it.
It's so
Forget it.
easy.
Bruv,
Alright, so-
you do it.
I could do it easy, but it's not about me.
Pick another one, bruv. I've dashed that to the ground, bruv.
You know what? We need to give a verdict on your attempt on the karaoke challenge. And
Say that again?
We need to give a verdict on your attempt.
No,
on the
no,
karaoke
that's a
challenge.
zero. That's a zero. That's a zero.
You get the toilet flush.
That's a
You get
zero,
the toilet
bruv.
flush.
That's a zero.
Do you want to redeem yourself, or do you want to allow
Bruv,
it?
let's go again. Let's go
Pick
again.
another number
24.
out of 12. Yeah.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah,
cool.
12. Oh, yeah. All right. No,
Not
I was going to say
3.
16, but...
Bro, are you okay?
Number 2.
Number 2. Okay, you've done 1. You want 2. Are you ready?
I shouldn't smile for this, because you know you got to be really depressed, ready to kill yourself.
Yep. And Adele will after she hears your rendition.
Shout out to Adele. I'd love to work with you, by the way.
Yeah, she
You're
won't after
amazing.
this. Right, you ready? Coming now.
I heard that you're
No.
settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things that I didn't give you.
What?
I don't know the rest, so you can lock that off.
You are literally the worst person to do a karaoke challenge.
I told you, bro. I
What-
told you.
What's your social media? Let people know if there's anything coming up of yours real soon that they need to know about. Your social media and all
Yeah,
that good
so
stuff.
more tracks coming out soon. Pretty soon gonna drop something.
EP?
Can't tell you. Yeah, working towards a little project. Yeah. But got another single coming out
With
in the
who?
next.
With who?
Can't tell you yet.
Oh mate,
'Cause I don't really know.
after that disaster, I need an exclusive.
Yeah.
Who's gonna
I
be-
don't know.
Okay, right.
No, I don't know because it's not 100% done. Like the composition's done, the track's done. Still tinkering with a few people.
Possibly even Lola Godheld.
Yeah, she's good. You know.
She's good.
I was checking out her stuff. She's good.
She's very
She's
good.
good. But yeah, you can check me out, Myx Quest. That's MYXQUEST. On all socials or myxquest.com. Hit me on Spotify. If you like music, add it to your playlist. And shout out to Lukan, always supporting me.
There's my bomb.
So coming up, I believe, is Trouble, which is Myx Quest featuring Jay Appiah and Incisive.